Galta, Stampede, Tyrant. We are leading this Stampede. Let's drop all of our dinos and a little monkey. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with Man and today we've got a juicer for you, and this is a special juicer because this is my first ever historic Brawl deck. That is right, we got Huatli, the Poet of Unity, and I absolutely love her so much, but I've noticed one thing, it's kind of hard without, because in standard, if you notice, there's not a turn 1 mana dork. So how can we really bust this up? In Historic Brawl, we're going to abuse all of the mana 1, like things that we can kind of ramp up. I know Ragavan can deal us treasure, a Boreal Grazer can kind of ramp us up land, got the Delighted Halfling, Gilded Goose, Kamiya Bamboo Groves, and Llanowar Elves. I don't think I'm missing any of the 1-drops that either provide treasure or mana or a land drop or something like that, but I want to get into our Opponent of Unity on turn 2. That is essentially what we want to do. Obviously we can't go in for the Roar of the Fifth People the next turn because this does cost 5 to use, but that's kind of what I like to do here, because I mean, if you see here, we just have a bunch of huge dinos. I don't really know, I mean, again, this is my first ever Brawl video, so I don't really know how to kind of, I usually get like a quick summary of the deck here, but we just have a bunch of huge dinos. And what I love about the Opponent of the Unity is the Roar of the Fifth People is on the third one, as you can see here. Search your library for a dinosaur card, reveal it, and then just put it in your hand. So you don't really have to do have a set plan. You can kind of just toolbox your dinos here. So sometimes like the Zettelpaw will be better because it has like the indestructible flying double strike. A lot of times Gishath will be, or the Stampede Tyrant. It's usually one of those three. The Primal Hunger typically is not. It's usually Stampede Tyrant, Gishath, or sometimes Zettelpaw if the board is really mucky and you need a Vigilance indestructible thing. So that is pretty much what we have here. I also have a little bit of love to the Sunblessed Mount. You play this thing down and then you just get a free Dinosaur Knight. There's a lot of stuff that I do remember way back in my day. I feel like a boomer. Way back in when Sunblessed Mount was standard legal. I didn't really play this, but now this is a good chance to play it. But either way, this is pretty much what we have. We're going to be ramping up stuff. We are going to be dropping dinos. We're going to be hopefully be able to cheat out our Poet of Unity a turn earlier and just set up our draws. So this is what we got. This is my first ever historic Brawl deck, and I'm very, very excited to play it. Go ahead and leave me a like. The button looks just like this. Helps out the channel tremendously. Consider joining the channel. That would help me out as a content creator, and I would greatly appreciate that. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already. And without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Beef Pop-Tart, what a name there. Okay, well, I see Galta, I just see a Rampaging Raptor, but that's not going to be good enough. I really want a turn 1 mana dork so that we can go into the Poet on turn 2. So let's, not really the most optimal way, just so we have this Rootbound Crag, but if we go for the Cavern of Souls, I can maybe call out Elf. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. This is risky business. Let's call it Elf, go for Llanowar Elves, and maybe, just maybe, we can get an untapped land, and then we can get into our Poet of Unity, which we do not. Kind of unfortunate, but now that we have the Drover of the Mighty with this other land, I think it'll be okay. So we didn't get our turn 2 Poet, but it's okay. We're poets, and we know it. We do know it. Captivating Crossroads, that's fine. Let's go ahead and drop our lovely commander. Yep, let's just do this. And I think, what kind of color do we want to go for? I think we'll just go for green. No need to get too cute just yet. So we'll go ahead and drop our lovely commander. Unfortunately, we do get on a turn too late, which is not, you know, ideal, but that's okay. Alright, we are on the play as well, so that does kind of help our cause out here. Victory of the Pyro Hammer, and Yadaro, Regisaur Alpha, Marauding Raptor. I think we're looking pretty good here. We got the Poet of Unity, and looking pretty good. Settle the Wild, so they're taking their extra time here. That is going to allow us to kind of just beat their face in, which is pretty nice. So mono red. Beef Pop-Tart. I don't think I've ever had a Beef Pop-Tart, but does sound kind of not great. So let's go ahead and swing in with you, just so that I can go ahead and actually wait. Yeah, okay, hold on. We don't have to tap for her, so I actually kind of screwed that up just because we don't have to tap her. So I missed out on a swing there, but it is okay. It is what it is. We do go for the ability here. We're gonna be just fine. So Lotus Cobra comes out to play, not a big deal. And now Roar of the Fifth People, which is pretty much the entire idea of our deck here. Get some more I mean, now the world's kind of our oyster here, so I'm just kind of mapping out what we want to do. The most obvious thing being the Kugla and Yadoro. For the 6/6, we are a 7/7, but you see, Regisaur Alpha just gives everything trample. It's not really going to do anything for us. We could go for Itzquinth to fight something, but yeah, let's just do the most obvious thing here. Kugla and Yadoro. place it down, and it just gets over it as a 7/7. So let's go ahead and fight target creature. We're going to take care of their commander, and we're looking good. Then, for the Roar of the Fifth People, we're going to get another one from our hand. So next turn, that'll be nice. So for now, I think we're just going to go for Marauding Raptor. Yeah, let's just go for Marauding Raptor. All of our creatures are now mana dorks because of the Roar of the for the Fifth People. Fifth Third. And we're looking pretty good. So they're going to go ahead and replay down their commander here with the Mythweaver Hawk. And I think we're looking good here. They do, I mean, if we gave them more turns, maybe they would end up having a better late game than us. But I don't think that we're going to allow it. Okay, here's the new Ogier card. This card is really cool, Deepest Growth. But I think that we're going to be okay. So search your library for a dinosaur card, reveal it. So it's either Gishath or like Galta or Zettelpaw. I mean, like, it's one of the big ones. One of the big ones. Yeah, let's go ahead and make sure that we're not missing anything here. I think we could go for I think Etali is actually not that good here compared to the other dinos. Like, if the world's our oyster, I think I'm probably just going to go with Galta. If we go for Galta, we could go for Zettelpaw. I'm going to go for Zettelpaw. I mean, this thing looks pretty gosh darn awesome. Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Indestructible. We could have went for Galta. I like this thing. I don't know. We'll see. Does 2 damage, doesn't matter because it's indestructible. We got the Lightning Strike. I think we're just going to set up a way to win next turn. So let's swing in. We do have this Lightning Strike that we can use with our mana dorks here. They're going to take it. Okay. But with the Zettelpaw, we can just bounce everything. Because they're playing mono green, I mean, we couldn't have used, it was close between Zettelpaw and Gishath. But because mono green does not have a way to deal with things other than fighting, and we have this indestructible Zettelpaw Primal Dawn, and plus it's been a while, I kind of want to give some love to this big pterodactyl. So they're just going to ramp up with Lotus Cobra, do all this crazy nonsense. I could go for the Lightning Strike on the Cobra, just kind of stifle them here a little bit. Colossus. I think I'm going to do this. So Lightning Strike is only, I mean, probably should even have done this earlier, honestly, but I think we're just going to kill the Lotus Cobra. Yeah, because before they do the Cultivator Colossus nonsense, I don't know if they've got like a lot of lands in here. We'll just kind of like stifle them here a little bit, kind of cut them at the button, because they can't really do anything else outside of this. They can drop land, make this thing bigger, but like I don't really care. They can swing in, and we're just gonna bounce off the Zettelpaw, and that's gonna be fine with me. I was worried it was gonna get a little bit bigger, but wow, the Roar of the Fifth People doesn't even have to go through. Butterlord, how we doing here? How we doing here? I'm gonna go and take my free mulligan. This is Brawl, so let's take our free mulligan. I want to get a mana dork on turn 1. Don't see one here. I think pretty much have almost every single one. If I'm missing one, definitely let me know. But I am tempted just to do another mulligan, just because I think the point of having her as our commander is to get this on turn 2. So I think I'm going to take one more mulligan, even though this one is not free. That's okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Mulligan, and there's our Gilded Goose, and we got 3 land. I'm going to take it. Okay, looks pretty good. I guess, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the Ripjaw Raptor. But let's see, as long as we get our turn 1 mana dork, we got the Gilded Goose, looking pretty good. Or we would create treasure with like the Ragavan or something like that. So, alright, Changeling Outcast looking pretty good. And as long as we got it, let's go straight in for the mountain, and let's go straight in for the Poet of Unity. Let's unite all of these dinosaurs. What color do we want? I think we'll just take green. Green's fine. With the pathway, we can go for white anyway, so. Alright. That's okay. We kind of got a little bit of something going on here. Obviously, okay, Mind Spike's actually not that big of a deal. They got Gix as their commander. I mean, we'll see. I like it. So I assume they're going to make a bunch of like unblockable stuff and then just go with the Gix and then just like, you know, either flying, unblockable, menace. So they're going to make it really hard to attack, to block them. So there's our Nimble Pilferer. What's the move here? I mean, we can drop either one of the Ragavan or the Llanowar Elves. We can't, I think, Ragavan's probably not that great in this matchups here, so I'm actually going to go for Elves, and I think I'm going to take the Gilded Goose. Yeah, so let's go ahead and swing in here. I think I'm going to take the Gilded Goose and create a food token, just so that we can kind of ramp up, because the Gilded Goose cannot ramp without a food token. So let's go ahead and learn. Let's see what let's learn something. Learn me something, iTwitch. So while they teach us a lesson, I don't know what they got going on here. They don't teach a lesson, they just go for the discard, which, you know, it's still pretty good. and we're not going to be able to block that out. So they get out their commander, and it's commander versus commander. Of course, we ramped up, so we got our commander out on a turn early, even though they are both 3-drops. And here we go. Okay, Galdta, Stampede Tyrant. Here we go. Here we go. Can't go in for it yet, but trying to think here. Here's the thing though. If we go for the Poet of Unity, let's do this. This is like just obvious, right? The Poet of Unity. Can you hear that? It's the roar of the 5th people, baby. Let's go. All right, I'm not going to play down our monkey here because I kind of want to save the food token with the Gilded Goose. But also, the Roar of the 5th people will let us become mana dorks. I think we'll just play it safe. We'll just say no for now. So we could have gone for the monkey, but does Ragavan really do anything for us right this second? I think it's okay. We're just going to come down anyway when we get Galdta. So, yeah. The Roar of the 5th people is so much better in Brawl than it is in Standard. Plus now we can kind of trade with the Yawgmoth Praetor here. Yeah, I think we're sitting pretty good here. Navigation Orb. What does this thing do? Sacrifice the orb, search for 2 basic land cards or gates. Okay, that's fine. Take your draw. Take your draw at the cost of 1 life. Okay. And now that everything's a mana dork here, we can just go ahead and play down the Galdta. Yeah, let's just make sure. I mean, we can go for the Wingbane Vantasaur, but come on. Let's get real here. We are here for the roar of the 5th people, and you can just hear the roar. You can hear the roars in the crowd. You can hear the roars in the jungle. You can hear the roar of the 5th people. Let's do it, baby. Galdta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just make sure we don't leave anything unturned. Galdta. Stampede Tyrant. We are leading this Stampede. Let's drop all of our dinos and a little monkey from our hand. Ba-bam. And now we get the edge of the battlefield from our Wingbane here. I think we're just going to take a Stomp. Let's take a Savage Stomp. I don't really care about that orb that much. Plus, we are kind of tapped out right now. We don't have a haste on our little monkey. So we take our Savage Stomp. Yeah, it is close, but I don't think that... I think this is like pretty much the only thing they have. Plus, I can't get rid of the Navigation Orb, and they can just use that. So I think we're better off just going for the Stomp. But now we got this Galdta Stampede Tyrant. We've got the Queen of the Dinos out. Kind of debatable, because, I mean, you got Gishath, you've got Zettelpaw. We got all of the big dinos in this deck, and that's what I love so much about it. So, Ravenous Trooper... No, are you going to kill... Okay, you're going to kill the Galdta. Okay, unfortunate. But with Roar of the 5th people, we can just grab something else, and I think I'm just going to grab... I think Gishath, right? I mean, like, what else would I be getting here? This is Flying Fair... Okay, that does nothing. So they're going to go ahead and do that one more time, and I think things are looking pretty good here. What I'm going to do, I even have, oh my god, a Savage Stomp. So Roar of the 5th people, you can just hear it, baby. You can hear it. Let's see what we got here. Who's roaring? That's right. I think, yeah. Let's just go for Gishath. I just want to make sure, yeah. It's got to be Gishath. It's got to be Gishath. So let's do this, and then we're going to be able to Savage Stomp this thing, give it a +1/+1 counter, and that's actually a double whammy, because, oh my gosh, look at that animation. If you notice, the new card with the new art from Ixalan, well, they're both from Ixalan, but the newer one doesn't have that animation, the animation, whereas the old one does. So, Find Death, does that give it Death? Oh, no, for some reason I thought that gave it like Death Touch or something, but it does not. But this doesn't matter, because it comes in tapped, even if they don't want to put it to the command zone. And we still get the +1/+1 counter, so not only do they lose out on a blocker, we get stronger. And with Gishath, yeah, they didn't even put it back. They put it in their command zone, so I don't know what the heck they're doing here. Okay, they gave us an oops. And Gishath, oh my gosh, we can't even get it in there, but good game. Starry, how you doing here? Either way, okay, we're gonna have to mulligan this away, and this is a keeper. We've even got 2 mana dorks here, and we got the Primal Hunger. Last time we had the Stampede Tyrant, but now we got Primal Hunter. Hopefully we can make use of this, but I'm actually going to go for the Kamiya Bamboo Groves. This lets us play the land rather than have a Llanowar Elf, so if they shock our Elf, we can't go in for the Poet of Unity on turn 2, which is really what I want to do here. So, yeah, see, this could have been... I would have been sweating. A Bloodstained Mire, so they're going to grab either a Swamp so they can cut down. Okay, well, never mind. Never mind. I was completely joking, but, yeah, okay. So let's go for the Poet of Unity, and this is what our deck is supposed to do. Let's go in for our beautiful Dinosaur Queen. And we do have this Trapjaw Tyrant, which is the only double white in the deck not named Zettelpaw. So I think I'm going to grab white just because I see the Tyrant. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so... I think I got a Shifting Ceratops, or do I want to go for the Elf? I think... I don't really want to go for the Elf. I mean, let's just go ahead and drop the Shifting Ceratops here. Swing on in, and then next turn we can go in for the Roar of the Fifth People, or we can go for Trap Jaw Tyrants. We'll see. We'll see. Chromatic Lantern. Okay, lands you control have blah, blah, blah. So we're going to pretty much just like hype it up here. But, yeah. I was assuming something was going to die, but if nothing's going to die and they're tapped out, we have this card called Galdta Primal Hunger. Maybe you've heard of it, but it looks pretty gosh darn good to me. We're going to swing in, bang, bang, 12 to 25. And I'm not going to play the Elves just in case they board wipe. We can kind of like reset here a little bit. So the first not sliver, yes, you know what? That's what it is. Either way, I don't care what it is. Undercity Plunder, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't really expecting discard from this, but it is what it is. Not going to give them an additional discard. Let's go ahead and just drop you, and let's do the math here, because they are tapped out. And I think, oh gosh, we do have a Gishath here, but it's not going to really matter. We could go for the Poet of Unity, but let me do the math here. So even if they block Galdta, that is 5. Ceratops is another 5, and we have lethal right here. So we've got lethal here. The game is over. We've got, okay, I'm really glad that we ended up with the Galdta sleeves, because now we have Galdta Stampede Tyrant, and now we've got a Primal Hunger, and I'm feeling good about it. GG's. Malkov, how we doing here? So I'm gonna, man, I don't really want to just like aggressively go for a mulligan every single time we can't get in for a turn 2 commander drop, but it is tempting. I think we're gonna switch it up here. So, oh, is that our opponent? So they took a mulligan, but you get a free mulligan for Brawl. So I'm not gonna give them the hello. I'm not gonna give them the friendly mulligan hello. Not if it's free. No way, Jose. Let's go ahead and drop our Haywire Might and see what we got going on here. So, like I say, if you're new to the channel, I usually give a friendly mulligan hello, but not today. Not if they're free. Not if they're free. You don't need a friend if you give a free one, because God knows we're gonna take a lot of them. I think, ooh, so we got the lightning bolt here. Actually, it's actually kind of funny. I hit the apply. I don't even know what I have, because I didn't even really know that I had this lightning bolt art. This like alternative Japanese art, which is pretty freaking sick. But I just didn't know I had it. So it must have been like when I click like apply styles when you're like building the deck. Kind of tempted to go for the bolting of the face, but let's just not. Let's kind of just wait here. I think well, I guess I could just do it now. Just trying to think here, because they're going to go for the commander. The commander is going to be too big. This little pock thingy, this little kitty cat, is going to be a 4/4 by the time it comes in. So I think I'm just going to lightning bolt your face. I think we're just going to take like an aggro approach here. I think that's fine, because turn 5, or next turn, we're going to tap out for the Bonehoard Dracosaur anyway, so I'm pretty okay with this. Alright, and this might be, yeah, because like I said, we already kind of made our bed here by not going in for our commander. So let's go ahead and just continue down that path and just tap out for the Bonehoard Dracosaur, which is a phenomenal card. Absolutely love this thing. But yeah, let me go and read this thing here. It just conjures land as soon as it comes out. Yeah, but I see a lot of this thing, though. I think this is off before I was recording. I did see this quite a few times, so. Oh, okay, here we go. This is kind of what they want to do here. So Entrance Restoration, sacrifice a land, and then if you have something with 4 or more power, you're going to get 2 lands. So that was a pretty good move there. They're ramping up pretty quickly with this little kitty cat. And already up to an 8/8. Oh my goodness. Okay. Bushwhack. Ouch. That sucks a lot. So 8/2. Okay. Let's see if they have like a Tyvar stand, if they're going to kill the Haywire Might or something like that. I want to keep my Bolas nice and safe. Well, it's not, you know, not Bolas, but, you know, Anarch of Bolas. Okay, so they skip their combat, which is wonderful, because that was kind of scary here. And now we draw a land. Pretty good here. Pretty good. We could go in for, I mean, we do have the Poet of Unity, but we have Huatli. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. It is close, though. I kind of do want to go for the Dinosaur Knight, but we're not going to be able to protect the Planeswalker version without getting her on the battlefield first. So I guess we'll do this. I am just going to drop this Grazer. Yeah, there's not a whole lot we can do here, so this is looking kind of rough. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And then we can just kind of +1. Domri. Hello, Domri. Okay. Looking a little rough here, but we're going to fight it through. We're going to fight it through. This little kitty cat can't... Okay, just conjure more land. Okay. Little oh, that's actually pretty cute there. They can actually put a copy on the Tangled Flehedrodon. I never know if I'm saying that right, but I think it's like Tangled Flehedrodon. So this is going to be a relatively easy chump block. Yeah, let's just do this. They only have one more card in their hand. They have all this mana, but they only have one more card in their hand. So more of this. Just trying to think of what I want to do here. Obviously, we're going to have to drop our lovely Planeswalker here. Or do we want to go for the Roar of the Fifth People? I just think we're going to need some sort of... Either way, let's attack. I made the mistake in the first game, because I thought you had to tap for her. You actually don't. You can just swing in and then use it. It just has to be as a sorcery. So let's do this. Yeah, let's go for the Roar of the Fifth People. Let's go. Can you hear it, baby? The Roar of the Fifth People. My God, I don't know why. Is it the fourth or fifth? I gotta put on my glasses here. All right, the Fifth People. And we got the Haywire Might. As long as we have some chump blockers, and so that we can get into something else. But what I really love about Roar of the Fifth People is that we can just search for a card eventually. Next turn, they're going to become mana dorks, which doesn't help us a whole lot. But again, though, if the worst thing they're doing here is just pumping up this vanilla kitty cat with no trample, no menace, no flying. I mean, do I really care that much? Not really. Yeah, I think we're just going to chump block with the Might. We gain a little bit of life that way. I think yeah, let's do this. This is a little risky. Maybe we should have gone for the dinos just because they give something crazy, give it trample with like audacity or something. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done. Also, so there's your Utopia Sprawl. So there's an enchantment we could have used for the Haywire Might. Not great. So yeah, hindsight's a little 20/20 there. Okay, we got a Thunderherd Migration, which is not great. But next turn, we're going to be able to use the Roar of the Fifth. I cannot say it. The Roar of the Fifth People. And we're going to be able to search our library for anything. That feels pretty gosh darn good. So, yeah, let's just go ahead. We got her in creature form. We've got her in enchantment form. And Huatli is going to come out in Planeswalker form now. So we got the Dinosaur Knight. And how are we going to do this? I mean, it's a little underwhelming unless we have control of the board. There's no way that we can beef up our little dinos here and fight with Domri or something like that. But let's just go ahead and give it a +2, and we'll just kind of chill here. I could go for the Thunderherd Migration, but I don't think I want to. I mean, that would require us to tap one of these dinos. So if they have like a fight spell or something like that, one of our Planeswalkers is going to go down, and I don't want that to happen. So next turn, the Roar of the Fifth People will allow us to grab a card from our hand. And I'm trying to think what I want. Because if they swing in with this, I might want to go for... Wow. Nabgul, how we doing here? Okay, got Glimpse the Core. It's kind of awkward though, because if I go for Glimpse the Core, I'm going to want to go straight in for the Hulking Raptor rather than going for the Poet. So let's go in for the Poet. I'm being aggressive here. We're taking double mulligans, so I will have to return some stuff here. Oh well, it'll be okay. So this Speartail, I think, is a little bit underwhelming. That's going to be the easy. I think this might be it was like one of the cards I was actually thinking about cutting from the deck. So the Command Tower is also another card I need to cut from the deck that I am actually looking at now. Because our Commander, for some reason, I thought she had a half green, half red. But because our color, this might as well just be a forest. So the Command Tower is basically just not relevant. But let's go ahead and show them a Godzilla so that we can go for the Thunderherd Migration. And what color do we want here? Let's just go for red, because the Command Tower, again, is just basically a forest without the upside of being a basic. So, Mask of Immolation. We got to be kind of careful here. So, they are playing a Nahiri Forged in Fury, which is, again, big fan of alliteration on the channel here. So, gotta love Nahiri Forged in Fury. And what do we want to play here? I mean, I think we could just Chomp. The Chomp does 2 damage here, so I think we could just kind of do this. I know the Elemental can just pop us for 1 at will, but, you know, it is what it is. So, let's go ahead and play you down. And they are tapped out, so I don't have to worry about anything too crazy here. I think the play is just... We could go for the Ceratops, but I think the play is probably just going to go in for our Commander. But let's go ahead and just use this Sorcery Speed Shock. And do I want to go for the Citizen? I don't really have artifacts or enchantments, so this is a Dino deck. I guess we'll go ahead and just do this. Is what it is. Yep, it's going to sacrifice, but that is what it is. Doesn't matter. And then we're going to go in for our lovely Poets. Get a little bit more land, which we love land. So I'm just trying to think here. I think we're going to go for more green. With the Shifting Ceratops, we have a lot of different things that we can do. Activate ability does require green. So here it comes. Nahiri, Forged in Fury, Boots of Speed. Here we go. I'm obviously not blocking here. And we've got the Kemba. Okay. Bang. 14 to 25. But that was not that scary. That could have been way worse. Especially if they top deck like equipment or something like that. But, trying to think of what I want to do here. Do I want to just go in for the Roar of the Fifth People? We could go in for the Castle Garenbrig, but we don't really... I mean, the Shifting Ceratops, how important is the Shifting Ceratops? I don't know if it is at all. Just trying to think here. We go for Marauding Raptor. If we go for Marauding Raptor... No, let's just... I'm just gonna drop the Godzilla. Let's just drop Godzilla. Oh, okay. Well, we deserved it. We didn't have the Marauding Raptor, so let's go ahead and give him a cry face. Maybe we should have, yeah, dang. Alright, let's go ahead and just block. Let's chump block here. We're not dead yet, but that was pretty gross. And, yep, let's go ahead and just take the action. We will get our... I don't think we will, because they're going to take the... I think they're going to take the Mask of Immolation, and then they can just sacrifice it. So equip for 2. That is freaking brutal. Sacrifice and just hit my face here. Yeah, at that point, we're not going to get our Godzilla back, so we're just going to go ahead and... I think we're just going to have to go, yeah, chalk it up. I think this is GG's. There's nothing we can really do. 4 life. Yeah, GG's. Mad Cow? Mad Cow Disease? How you doing here? Alright, let's go. Let's do it for this. I got a Kami of Bamboo Groves. Looking absolutely phenomenal. So, yeah, we're going to get in our lovely Commander play turn 2. Only thing that could be better if we were on the play. But that's okay. That's okay. Drop our lovely forest here. Drop our Kami of Bamboo Groves. Lovely alchemy card. I remember back in the... Let's get up our Temple Garden, but I remember back in the day when this was alchemy legal, not just for historic, but the Kami of Bamboo Groves was absolutely insane. I love this thing. Very, very fun. I think I creeped up into, like, the literal, like, top, like, 10 for alchemy back when this thing was alchemy legal. But let's go in for Huatli, and things are looking pretty good. Things are pretty good. We got our little commander combo here. Turn 2, Poet of Unity, and looking phenomenal. Looking phenomenal. What we're going to do for next turn, I think we got the Haywire Might. We can just go for the Beanstalk, kill the Beanstalk, or we can go for the Hammerskull. But this makes things a little bit interesting. The Goblin. The little Goblin. I'm going to try and say it. Anarchomancer. Anarchomancer. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go ahead and swing in here. Seal away. Oh, goodness gracious. That's okay. That's not that big of a deal. So, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's kind of the luxury of having our commander out so quickly. We're just going to go ahead and do that. And we don't have to worry about the flash away. So, I could go for the Haywire Might. It was kind of tempting to go for Haywire Might, but I think going in for the Goblin Anarchomancer, I think I got it right, and the Hammerskull. It's going to be a little better with 1-2 punch. And then we can just kind of hardcast the Poet of Unity anyway, so... Was it better to go for Haywire Might? I don't think so. We might want to use the Haywire Might on the up the Beanstalk anyway. Oh, so never mind. Never mind. We have a much better target here. So Defense of the Heart. Unless I want to kill one of my own creatures here, if we have 3 or more, they're going to grab creatures from the their library, and that is going to be an absolute no-go. Let's go ahead and drop our lovely little Haywire Might. That could have been mad. So, yep, this is going to be the easiest sacrifice. Defense of the Heart. Let's stab them right in the heart, right where it hurts. And from there on out, can't really do a whole lot else. Could go for... I kind of want to keep the Turn Timber Symbiosis, though. So I guess we'll just go for the Stomping Ground. I don't really care to bolt that land in if we have to. So that's okay. And we are going to get a stun counter. But that's okay. It's a small price to pay for salvation. Alright. Looking pretty good here. I don't think we're like too worried. I mean, I am worried about a board wipe, but again, this is Brawl, and obviously I play a lot more standard, a lot more like Alchemy, Explore, and that kind of stuff. So whenever I'm like seeing a lot of like white and like turn 4 or 5, I'm expecting that depopulate. I'm expecting that Sunfall. I'm expecting that Sunfall. But this is Brawl. I shouldn't be that worried. Okay, so Ground Seal with the Harvest Hand. This thing draws a card, gains a life with enchantments. Not too big of a deal there. And we got a Besiege, so even more hatred on their lovely enchantments and artifacts, which is nice. So I'm just trying to figure, I think I can just kind of hardcast the Turn Timber Symbiosis. I think that's going to be a little bit better. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do this. We have the top 7 cards of your library, and there's an Etali. There we go. Let's go ahead and chuck out our Etali, and that is absolutely wonderful. What do we get here? Elesh Norn and just a big dino? I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. We get the Elesh Norn. Oh, they don't even want to play with my Etali. Shame, shame. Power King. How are we doing here? How are we doing here? So I got the Paleontologist and a Kami of Bamboo Groves. I'm going to go ahead and do the mulligan because with only 2 lands, we have to draw into a land for that. It was kind of a long-winded statement. I don't know if you kind of caught that, so I'll slow down. But we have the Kami of Bamboo Groves, so let's just play it down an extra land. But because we only had two, we still have to draw one to get into the Poet of Unity on turn 2. And I mulligan, and it doesn't even matter anyway. So just take everything I just said and just know that I am a buffoon. And we're going to lose our Thunderherd migration. So all of this just went out the pooper. But it's okay. It's okay. We still get, I think, honestly, even just going in for Huatli in turn 3 is fine. So... this is fine. Journal. I am a big fan of this journal card here. I actually use it in an Anvil deck, so where you can sacrifice something and draw a card. And sorcery speed, but I'm a big fan of it. So let's go ahead and grab our Jetmir's Garden. It's going to come in tapped anyway, so we don't really care about that. There's our Delighted Halfling. I would have been delighted to see you on turn 1, but that's okay. Better late than never. Better late than never. So let's grab another land here. We can go for Luca turn 4. And sure, that works for me. So let's see what they got for this journal card here. We got the Drana and Linvala. I think that card is pretty... Ooh, this one. That's okay. Not a big deal. Got Drana and Linvala, and I can see that easily being effective versus a lot of decks, but not us. Not us. We don't really have a whole lot. I mean, we do have Luca, so I mean... But it was only creatures. Yeah. Drana and Linvala is only creatures. So we have a Planeswalker here. So let's go ahead and just do this. I guess we'll go ahead and drop down our Delighted Halfling. Try to get into the Kogla and Yadaro a little bit earlier. Because just pumping out some creature tokens with Toxic 3, or Toxic 1, 3/3s, feels pretty good. Anguish Unmaking. Okay, so that reminds me of Rite of Ruin. Just, you know. I think we can just do this. I mean, I kind of want to go in for the Poet of Unity, but like... Kogla and Yadaro? I mean, Trample Haste? I mean, big Dino go boom? I mean, sure, I guess. Yeah. Feels pretty good. But bang, 7 straight to your frickin' noggin. That feels phenomenal. So. Alright. Let's see what they do here. Gotta find an answer for this big thing. Forbidding Spirit. What the heck does this thing do? It's been a hot second since I've seen this thing. Until your next turn, creatures can attack you unless I pay 2. Oh, see, now we got the Lightning Bolt and a Lightning Strike, so as long as the Yadaro goes through, I think we win. I think we just win here, unless they have a, unless they've got Mana Tithe? No, because even Mana Tithe, we're good here, so let's go ahead and Lightning Bolt you, and they didn't even hold up priority, so I think we're just going to steal this with Yadaro. Let's go ahead and just Lightning Strike their face, and that was just a Dino Bully beatdown. Baboo, how are we doing here? Okay, we got the Grazer. The only problem we're running into, kind of with that last match, how I was explaining, but with the Grazer playing down additional land, we have to draw another land or else it doesn't work. So hopefully we can draw into this land. We don't have it there, so we still have one more turn so that we can do this. But let's go ahead and drop our Arboreal Grazer. I think I got it right. And yeah, it's fine. As long as we get another land, we'll be okay. We do not, unfortunately. So a little bit clogged up on the land department here, but that's okay. We will make use of it. And yeah, always want to grab, I guess I'll go for Stomping Ground, or we can go for the Cinderglade. Well, I mean, we actually have something that we actually want to play here, so let's not be cute here. Let's just pay the life. Let's stop cheaping out. Let's just pay the freaking life, man. And I'm going to go in for the Goblin, just so that we can go in for Huatli on turn 3, which is not what we want to do. We want to cheat her out on turn 2. Cultivate, so they're going to be, go ahead and, how does it feel to be living my dream, Baboo? Kenrith Return King. So the Kenrith Return King, I remember back when, back in my day, back when Kenrith was standard legal, there was a lot of like the Yorion, a lot of the Fires of Intervention, that kind of stuff here. So let's go ahead and get our lovely commander out. And let's go for red. I think we could use a little bit more red. I don't have any white sources for the Dinosaur Knight, but that's okay. Yeah, swing in here. Looking pretty good. I am a little bit worried here. They have all the different colors of the rainbow, especially with this Kenrith coming out. Getting a little bit nervous here. Cruelty of Gix. Okay, that is... They're going to get rid of one of our Planeswalkers, but I mean, we have 3, so I'm not that worried. Let's see if they're going to get rid of the Dinosaur Knight or the Luca. Don't get... Come on, make the right decision. Okay, so they make the wrong decision. I don't have a white source. I don't have a white source to even play her, so I Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, so this is pretty crazy. I guess we could go for Luca. Well, I don't really want to go for Luca because I want to go for the Domri, and then we can add one and then just drop our Godzilla. That's pretty freaking cool. So, hello, Domri. Yeah, this looks pretty gosh darn cool to me. Let's do this. I am scared of a board wipe here, but Godzilla, King of Monsters. Look at that. And bang, bang, bang. They're pretty much going to need like a Blood on the Snow. If we take this with Godzilla, isn't there a new Godzilla movie coming out? But it seems fitting that we go for Godzilla, King of the Monsters, when there is that new Godzilla movie coming out. Feels absolutely incredible. And without a board wipe, which, again, could be very, very reasonable, but especially with the Snowland, kind of worried about Blood on the Snow. But again, Cruelty of Gix, yeah, it is what it is. We still have Planeswalkers out there, though, so that's going to kind of help our cause out. I don't see any world where they don't take Blood on the Snow, so they lose 3 life, and they have to be running Blood on the Snow. But let's see if they even have 6 mana sources that they can kind of muster up here, and I don't know what they have. Oh, Calling Ritual. Ooh. Okay, so Godzilla does survive the ritual, but now they get a bunch of mana back, too, so... Okay, I just wonder, like, what was the point, I guess? 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, what is this? This is slow. This thing has Summoning Sickness too. Like, this is over. This is over. Oh yeah, we won. They're tapped out. Why didn't they go for Blood on the Snow? I guess the Rafine's Tower had to come in tapped or something like that. But yeah, this is over. They know it too. So Godzilla takes it.